So the Detroit Lions arguably made the most controversial pick of the 2023 draft when they selected Jahmyr Gibbs, a running back out of Alabama. I haven't seen many people praising the pick, but rightfully so. Taking a running back at 12 is extremely high, but they knew exactly what they were doing. With having an elite level offensive line in Alabama, we could really pay attention to his awareness and run vision, which I believe will transfer to the NFL because of how good the Lions' O-line is. His ability to change direction and go uphill so quickly is honestly remarkable. Last year at Alabama, Gibbs ran for 926 yards and got about 6 yards per play and tallied 7 touchdowns. While yes, having one of the best teams in the nation does help with getting numbers this good, but it's not like he is going to a bad team by any means. He's going to an electric Lions offense with an elite level wide receiver in Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is the clear-cut wide receiver 1 over there. Amon-Ra St. Brown has been in the league for just 2 years, and his improvement from 2021 to 2022 has been extremely impressive. He tallied over 1,160 yards on 106 receptions, even with having some other very talented wide receivers over there. They also drafted last season Jameson Williams out of Alabama, but he was injured until December due to an ACL tear that occurred in college. I don't want to get too much into this, but it sure is a shame that Williams is suspended for almost half the year due to gambling, because I sure was looking forward to seeing him play this year in a full year of action. Nonetheless, the Lions do still have a full wide receiver room full of weapons that can make an instant impact. They've got an elite level O-line led by Penei Sewell and arguably a top 10 quarterback from last season in Jared Goff. Last season, Jared Goff was 6th in the entire NFL in total yards to end the season with 4,438, and he was tied for 5th place with most touchdowns at 30. He also only threw 7 interceptions, and his QBR was 62, which was top 5 in the NFL. So taking a running back at 12 is very high, but the Lions needed someone who could make an instant impact, and that's exactly what they got from Gibbs. They lost Jamal Williams, who set a franchise record for most touchdowns in a season, and they traded DeAndre Swift to the Philadelphia Eagles due to him getting injured constantly. Bringing in a guy like David Montgomery will most definitely help with the development of Gibbs. Montgomery being so young is what definitely helps Gibbs the most. They don't have to force Gibbs to be on every single snap, and Montgomery has proved that he can be a running back 1 when needed, as he did in Chicago for 2 years. Last season, he was very underrated in my opinion, tallying over 800 yards on just 200 attempts. The Lions defense last season was ranked 30th in the NFL, but I assure you that will change next season. Drafting Jack Campbell at 18th out of Iowa was arguably the most underrated move in the entire draft. Campbell has shown that he's a leader, and he brings a culture to this Lions defense that quite frankly hasn't had one in years. From drafting Aiden Hutchinson last season to drafting Campbell this season, the Lions are definitely building a culture and a future elite defense over there in Detroit. I believe the main reason why the Lions decided to draft Campbell was because of his combine results, and it is absolutely insane. His 3-cone was 6.74 seconds, and his short shuttle was 4.24, which led all linebackers. He also will attack the QB a lot. He never just sits there and wait for them to throw. While yes, drafting a linebacker at 8, even with this linebacker class pretty weak, the Lions definitely made the right decision. The Dallas Cowboys showed us just a couple years ago that drafting a freak athlete on your defense will change the entire aspect of that defense when they drafted Micah Parsons. And I'm not saying that Campbell is the next Micah Parsons, but you can definitely see the resemblance between these two defenses and these two types of stories. The Lions started off last season pretty slow with a record of 1-6, but finished it very good. They took out the division rival Green Bay Packers from any chance at making the playoffs, so you've definitely got some pride in that. Overall, the Lions are my favorite to win the NFC North next year, and this team, like almost every team in the league, has got its holes, but they can come in on any given Sunday and compete against any team in the league, and that's what I love most about the Detroit Lions. So if you enjoyed that video and you want more Lions and NFL content, you're at the right place. Hit that like button for more, subscribe to the channel, and I'm out. Peace.